All right. What's up, guys? John here. Titan Talk Tuesday in full effect. Appreciate you guys all joining me on this Tuesday. It's a little rainy outside where I'm at. Hopefully it's not raining where you guys are at. Hopefully it's warmer. What's going on, Rotten Rob? What's going on, Mitra? What's going on? How you doing? I appreciate you guys joining in. Waiting for everybody to get in here. What's going on? I got some good things to talk about today. Obviously, we're going to talk about Valentine's Day coming up and what we can help you guys out with there. World Class Fight League, great event this last weekend. I think we'll cover some of that. Chemicals and everyday plastics that we're using. This is a big one, guys, for sure. Hello from England. That's awesome, dude. Love England. Love the UK, dude. Got a lot of friends in London. Metro Atlanta County offering incentives for vaccination for little kids. Definitely got to talk about that one, too, as well. Firearm Fred, what's going on? Rosa S, what's up? Sanford Prude, how you guys doing out there? So today, all right, let's talk about some of the different things we're going to get into. All right, so what are you guys doing to get ready for that big day? Now, it might not be a big day to you, but if you have a girlfriend, fiance, girl you're going to be taking on a date, whatever it is, they are going to want to have a good Valentine's Day. And this could be in a number of different ways, right? Obviously, some are going to want dinner. You might get some chocolate, some flowers, whatever it may be. But at the end of the night, hopefully you guys are getting together and hopefully you guys are, having a fun time and having pleasure together and enjoying each other's company in all ways, shapes, and forms. So with that, Valentine's Day is a special day for females, and it could be a special day for guys and couples in general. It should be for couples. It shouldn't just be for girls, because Valentine's Day, you're choosing them as a Valentine. They're choosing you as a Valentine still, right? And at that point, you guys want to have the best possible experience together. What up, Annalise? How you doing, Lily? What's going on? One Pet, Pesci, how you doing? I'm single, not like you and your Miss Terrell, yes. Chance, what's going on? How you doing? Amani, how you doing? Dominic, what's up, brother? How you guys doing out there? So let's talk about Valentine's Day again. So Valentine's Day is next Monday. So like I said, you want to prepare the best you possibly can and be romantic to a certain extent, okay? And some guys aren't romantic. I understand that. But on these certain days like anniversaries or Valentine's Day, even though Valentine's Day is a Hallmark holiday, in some guys' eyes, it's still special, for girls out there, and it should be special to couples. So how are you going to prepare for that day, all right? Now, you can get the roses, get the chocolates, but you want to prepare for that night too as well. And what are you doing? So for this week, we want to do 25% off all libido enhancing therapies or bedroom enhancing therapies that we offer. And we offer a wide variety of these different therapies. And let me just list them if you guys don't know. So first, we have our Supermans and Wonder Womans. So Supermans, what they consist of is sildenafil. That's the main active ingredient in Viagra, all right? Now, sildenafil is a great vascular stimulator as far as that goes to the extremities. It's going to use the blood, vasodilation, open up those blood vessels, and take blood down to the extremities. That's why you get, such the result as you do with it, right? So with that, right, you can use this, and this works kind of the exact same way as females. Now, obviously, females don't get erections, but it does bring blood down to the extremities for females and makes it more sensitive to them, too, as well. So hopefully they'll get more pleasure out of it. So that's our Wonder Womans. Now, with the Supermans, if you're on hormone replacement therapy, it'll have sildenafil in it, and you can have micronized testosterone in there. Now, you're going to ask me, why do you put micronized testosterone in there? The reason you put micronized testosterone with the sildenafil, if you're on hormone replacement therapy, is that, you can get the erection with the sildenafil, right, with the Superman by itself, but the micronized testosterone will give more endurance and stamina. So some people we have as patients, they're older males per se, and let's say they have a younger female as their partner. The younger female might be having more energy or want more intercourse, whatever it may be. And at that point, you can go the first round, you're fine. And then the second or third round, you might need the endurance or stamina or energy. This is where the micronized testosterone can come into play. It's micronized and gets directly in the system sublingually. So at that point, it's hitting you right away and you'll be able to get the effect. It's not a lot of testosterone. It's only 10 milligrams. So it's not going to do a crazy thing for you as far as, gaining muscle or anything like that. But it's going to be great for that short time span that you want to use it. And it's going to help right away. So that's our Supermans. And our Wonder Womans consist of sildenafil. It's the main active ingredient in Viagra. Same way, but it uses the vascular system to create that enhancement, right? For both males and females. Our next one, Ironmans. So Ironmans are awesome too. Ironmans have sildenafil in them, so it's the main active ingredient in Viagra, like we just talked about. And it has arginine. So this is like your biggest thing you could possibly do for vasodilation. Adding these two things together will really create the maximum blood flow that you guys want for those erections and to make you guys like Iron Man, like a true Iron Man, right? Nothing's going to take you down. So this is another version of our libido enhancement or male enhancement for guys. The next one after that, PT141. So PT141 is bromeldatide, and it's an FDA-approved libido enhancer for females. This works on the nervous system. It can also work on males as well. This can come in a sublingual form. It can come in an injectable form. The other ones like Superman and Wonder Woman's all come in an oral form. But the PT141, you can get it injectable and you can get it orally. So you have both options there. And it's going to be awesome for libido enhancement using the nervous system, true libido enhancement. After that, we have Cupid's Candy. So Cupid's Candy is really cool because it actually has 3 main ingredients that are just going to entice and enhance your sexual pleasure in the bedroom, right? So these 3 main ingredients, tadalafil, which is the main active ingredient in Cialis. It also has oxytocin, which is great for bonding between you and your partner. It's going to create that bonding experience between you guys, hopefully lower inhibitions, maybe open up communication channels between you guys. It also has PT141, like we just talked about. So when you're creating the tadalafil and the PT141 and putting those together, you're getting vascular enhancement, libido enhancement, and you're getting nervous system libido enhancement. So it's working both on the brain and the body, both working together. Add in the oxytocin, you guys got the best triple combination out there. It's going to increase bonding effect between you and your partner, hopefully bring you guys closer, and you guys are going to have a way better time together as far as pleasure and experience. Now, Cupid's Candy can be used by males and females. So you and your partner can both use it, or you can just use it by yourself. Whatever you want to do is totally fine. Let's answer some of these questions here. So, do your products work for people who build muscle with or without diet or nutrition plan? So yes. So our therapies will work with people that do or don't have an exercise plan together, a nutritional plan. The libido enhancers for sure 100%, right? Doesn't matter. Now, when you talk about wanting to lose weight or wanting to build muscle and such, yes, these therapies will definitely help things, but they're not the end all be all. You still need to have activity and you have to have some sort of nutrition plan in place, or you're working towards one, right? So let's say you eat McDonald's 3 times or 4 times a day. You're drinking pop all day or soda, whatever you want to call it. And at that point, you're looking to have weight loss. Well, if you want to get in shape or lead a healthy lifestyle, you're going to have to start scaling back on the McDonald's and start getting, some good food in you. Some grilled chicken breasts, some lean steak, some fish, whatever it may be, okay? And you start transitioning over to a good nutrition plan. You're starting to get rid of the sodas and the pops and replace it with water. You're working your way towards the healthy lifestyle. You might not want to shock yourself and say, I'm just going to stop this cold turkey. That works for some people, but it doesn't work for all people. So just really what works for you and just making sure that you're on track, right? All right, what's going on? Equilibrium, Fortune 5. Pappy, what's going on? Annalise, what's up from Brazil? Eric, what's going on? One-on-one fitness, how you doing? Meet your bedroom therapy supplements are cool, sir. I don't have a girlfriend or that one. All right, so listen, you can get one, right? It's all good. People don't start with girlfriends. You got to go out and find these girls. King Cardi, what's going on? How you doing, brother? Justin Caviar in the house, my man. Big Drew's on here. Hannibal, Cindy, what's going on, Cindy? James Alexander, all right. If you know Flo, what's going on? How you doing? Thank you guys for all tuning in. Dan Wheeler in the house. What's going on, guys? All right, so let's talk about some of these questions I have out here. Talk about it. You know our Friday. Latasha, what's going on? All right, so Rambito has a question. What's CJC? Good question. If you guys have any questions about any therapies or anything we cover or anything you might want to know about, please shout it out to me. I'll be happy to cover it for you guys. All right, so CJC 1295. Rambido asks, what is CJC? So CJC 1295 is an GHRH. It's a growth hormone releasing hormone peptide. And what does it do? It helps you stimulate your own pituitary to produce your own natural growth hormone. So hopefully raising those levels and giving you anti-aging properties or effects. So this is like better sleep, better skin elasticity, better libido, better hair, like all the way around, better sleep patterns. I don't know if I mentioned that again, but that's one. Thank you, Dan. I appreciate the badges. Thank you, guys. But yeah, so it's really like an anti-aging therapy, right? It's going to help in a number of different ways. It can help build lean mass, help for fat loss. And with our CJC 1295, we also have another peptide that goes in with that therapy. It's Imperellin, right? So Imperellin's another great therapy. It's another GHRH peptide. And these work synergistically together to give you a better overall result. And it's for one price. So you're getting two awesome peptides in one for one price, and that's it. And they both work to help stimulate the pituitary. It doesn't overstimulate the pituitary either, so it's not going to cause you a whole bunch of negative side effects, because you don't want negative side effects. The whole reason of taking some of these therapies is to get all the benefits with little or minimal side effects, because we don't want that. The whole thing is to get you guys healthy and prioritize your health as number one. All right. So what's going on, Raphael? How you doing, Seth Jordan? What's going on? All right, so let me get into this. What else? What about anabolic window, opportunity to eat pizza or ice cream as long as it doesn't ruin your nutrition plan? I guess you could use some of that, but listen, if you're far off from your nutrition plan or from where you want to be, you really want to get as regimented as possible, and you want to be, I don't want to say strict, but you definitely want to be more stricter on your nutrition plan. Any giveaways today, Fortune? So I might give away a hoodie sweatshirt, if that's okay. Big Ink Monster, what's going on? It's cold out, so I thought that would be a good prize. So we'll give away a Black Titan hoodie sweatshirt at the end of this. I don't know what it's going to be yet. Maybe I'll have you guys text in the line, something certain, and you guys can get that too as well. All right, so this last weekend, we did WCFLA 31 Fight Night, and this was an awesome MMA event. At that point, Rafael Garcia puts us on. We've been one of the main sponsors for years now, and this one wasn't any different. Pro event, amateur event, which was really, really cool. Had some awesome fighters involved with it. It's always a good time, and we love supporting Rafael and this awesome event. So we'll have the main video coming up to you guys so you guys can see it. It'll probably be tonight or tomorrow. Actually, probably be tomorrow. We need to make some edits, cuts to it, I think. Yeah. And at that point, you guys get to see some of the behind the scenes, some of the fights, and all the cool stuff that's on there. It's really, really good. Rotten Rob said, it's a good deal and is made in pharmacy and other places will sell you crap and not even know to last a week. This is true. This is really, really true, Rotten Rob. So everything that is prescribed to you from Type Medical Center comes from a U.S. licensed pharmacy. And at that point, it's getting tested, sterility, endotoxin, making sure it's safe and it is what we say it is. And that you guys are getting the best possible product out there. With a lot of people, they might look at CJC 1295 and find on the internet, and they go to like a research peptide site. These research and peptide sites are no good, guys. Let me tell you why. On the bottle, it says not for human use or for research purposes only, right? There's nothing that goes into these things as far as testing or anything like that. Not by main labs. And it's not coming from U.S. licensed pharmacies either prescribed in your name. So that's the big difference between us and any of these little sites you see online. I see them all the time. I get questions about it all the time. And that's what it is. All right. Mike Conley, what's going on? B. Moozin in the house. What's going on, girl? How you been? I hope all is well. So, yeah. So that's the big one. So if you guys have any questions about what else we do, hormone replacement therapy for males and females, medical weight loss therapies, injectable vitamin amino acid therapies, relationship bedroom enhancers like we talked about, blood work, peptide therapy, IV therapy if you're in the country, or in the county or in the area. But we service nationwide, you guys. The only states that we don't service right now is Ohio and Idaho, and Ohio is coming back. So if anybody is in Ohio and you guys have been wanting to become a patient for a long time, don't worry, we're coming back for you guys. It shouldn't be too long, about another 3 weeks or so, just to make sure license and everything are in place, and we'll be able to service you guys again. Isabel's doing great for sure. She's awesome. All right, what's going on? How you doing? Antonio in the house. Big Irishman in the house. Warner Limo. How you guys doing out there? I hope all is well. So let's talk about the first topic of the day. And if you got, do you do blood work for the bedroom enhancing therapies? So that's a good question. So you do not need any blood work for any of the bedroom enhancing therapies. And you don't need blood work for most of the therapies that we do here. The only blood work that we'll need for therapies is for hormone replacement therapy or IGF-1 therapy. So if you're getting testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, or IGF-1, you're going to need a blood test to get that beforehand. Everything else, like medical weight loss therapies, the injectable vitamin amino acid therapies, the relationship bedroom enhancing therapies, libido enhancers like we were just talking about, peptide therapies, any of that stuff, you don't need blood work. All you have to do is fill out the new patient paperwork, which you can do right online, right through the website. And then at that point, you'll have a consultation with a medical provider. They're just going to go over all your new patient paperwork, go over all your questions, concerns, and get you guys set up. Big Irishman, thank you for the badge, brother. I appreciate that. Big ups to all you guys that got me a badge. I appreciate it. It lets Instagram know we're creating some good content for you guys and to push us out there to even more people. So I appreciate it. So let's talk about the first subject of the day. What's going on, Sarah? How you doing? Kevin Chavez, what's going on? So the first one is chemicals in everyday plastic items may lead to weight gain. So I've talked about this quite a few times in the last couple of years about plastics or endocrine disrupting chemicals, EDCs. And I'm not talking about the festivals. So with these EDCs, there's more and more concern going with these. And plastic obviously is, everything's getting studied more and more, right? And they're really trying to find out why obesity levels are rising so fast. And obviously, we're not eating good food or, horrible diet plans out there, horrible food sources. People aren't exercising or having the activity that they should have. And this is causing the obesity pandemic or epidemic. And at that point with this, these scientists and everything are trying to figure out why is it going at this pace. And there's basically said that even with all these variables, right, the low activity rate, the food sources, people, the way they're eating, what they're choosing to eat, like fast foods, it still doesn't explain why this rate has went so high. I think the World Health Organization said that it was tripled the number of obesity people out there since 1975. It's tripled and went up every year more and more. So that's something to be concerned about, right? You don't ever hear about that on the news or TV about the pandemic or epidemic of people that are obese and overweight. You have a lot of people out there that are saying it's okay and people that are obese are healthy. This is just not true, right? Even the studies that say that, listen, if you are obese, this puts you in a higher risk category for diabetes type 2, cardiovascular disease, all these different things that are going against your health. And we want to be the healthiest we possibly can. So with this, they're looking at these different chemicals, and it's in a lot of different things that I use still today, like freezer bags, right? Plastic that are over your foods. Like this is some common things, and it's really, really scary. Even when I start heating up food now, usually I'd put like a plastic container over it, or I had like a lid or whatever it is. I take that out because I didn't want that, and I even put the stuff to a plate now because what plastics are starting to melt into my food and why am I eating these different things? Now, I blood test pretty regularly. And at that point, I can really see where my hormones are at, what's going on there, and can be adjusted, right? They can all be dialed in. But some people are not being able to do this. They're not blood testing. They have no idea where their hormones are at. Their hormones can be fluctuated, off, right? Completely off, and causing their metabolism to slow down. And when their metabolism is starting to slow down because they have metabolism disruptors from these chemicals, then this is why they're gaining more weight, which is really, really crazy. 1/3 of the items contain chemicals that, after extraction, cause the growth and proliferation of mouse fat cells in the lab. Okay, this is really, really crazy. A new study found that a range of plastic household items contain thousands of chemicals. Many of them are unknown. So even people that produce these plastics, right? When you think of like vitamins that are like oral vitamins and stuff like that you get from one of these big box vitamin stores, they have a ton of fillers in them. Well, these plastics, I guess, have fillers in them too as well. And some of these are unknown chemicals, which is really scary. You would think that if these people are producing it and these are used by the masses out there, that we really, really look about what's going on. Over the last 2 years, I think we've really started looking at a lot of products we've been using, and they're starting to find out there's a lot of problems with these products. And let's just go back and talk about it. Like sunscreen. This is a big one. And people have to use sunscreen because people are worried about skin cancer. So people are using sunscreen like crazy. But some of these sunscreens had cancer-containing ingredients in them. So at that point, this is scary. So there's all different things you need to really watch out for, and you just need to keep up to date. I know it's really crazy because you would think that some of these different things are getting watched by Big Brother or one of these different agencies out there, but they're just getting past them like crazy. All right, what other questions do we have out here? Are the bedroom-enhancing therapies safe to use? Are they medically tested? So yes, so the bedroom-enhancing therapies that we're offering with a 25% discount, so that's our special for the whole week for you guys for Valentine's Day. Yes, they're all safe. Like sildenafil, tadalafil are FDA approved. Even PT141 are FDA approved. They're all medically tested. So there's nothing that's out of the ordinary there, okay? Even with arginine. Arginine is just an amino acid that causes blood flow, right? It's been tested. It's an amino acid that your body needs. So at that point, it's going to be good. All right, so it's beside big Lexia. So big Lexia is a different thing, that's for sure. Big Lexia is when you're big and you look in the mirror and you look at and see the smaller guy. Usually a lot of guys see this. It doesn't matter how big they get. Even Drew, right? Drew, like, man, I'm looking small. I'm like, Drew, you're like 280 pounds, bro. Look at you, dude. You're something to look at. Trust me, I promise you. So you don't have big Lexia, but he's got it for sure, 100%. What else we got here? What about eating 6 eggs scrambled? All right, so I eat eggs every day, right? And I usually eat 10 to 12 egg whites. Now, the yellow in the middle, right? Because the whites are just protein. So I would recommend just only eating maybe 1 yolk or maybe 2 yolks tops. You really got to look at your cholesterol, Warren. And, if you're eating this consistently every day, do blood work. See where your cholesterol is at. If, your HDL is good and your LDL is on the lower side and everything's working great, stick with it. But usually with that many yolks, and if you're eating it consistently every day, you're going to see some fluctuation. Maybe bad cholesterol, LDL is going to go a little higher, which you don't want, and HDL could be lower. So this is where blood testing is key, because your blood is the key to what is going on the inside. And being able to see this is a diagnostics of you running your whole body, right? So you really want to look at it through blood work. And I can't stress that enough. Blood work is key. All right, Dominic said, because they promote junk instead of healthy choices. This is very, very true. That's it, expensive to eat good. It could be expensive to eat good for sure. But what I tell people is this. I would say, look at some different choices of what you can do. And if you're at work and you have to eat out from Uber Eats, right? Look at like one main restaurant like BJ's or whatever it may be, even like TGIF or whatever. Look at the kids menu. Those are usually the most blandest meals you could possibly get, and they're usually the most inexpensive meals. You can order 1 or 2 of them and get what you need as far as serving sizes and your protein, your carbs, and your vegetables if you want those. So your fats, that's all going to be in there. So your macros are going to be there, right? And you can really look at this and really dial it in, and it's going to be inexpensive to eat like that. When you're going to eat at home and such, you really got to go and start looking around and get the best possible lean chicken breast you can possibly get. You can go to butchers and look for like lean steak, if you want to do something like that. Fish, this is another one. And then you got to prep a little bit. Now, I always break it up to about 2 to 3 days a week, right? So I'll make my meals on like Sunday or Monday morning, and I have them till like Wednesday or Thursday. At that point, I'll cook the rest on Thursday and then get through Sunday all the way to the next prep. You don't have to prep every single meal for 7 days, all 3 meals on one day, right? Because, food, you want it to taste good. Sometimes being in the fridge for that long, some things don't last as long as they should, or might not taste as good as they possibly could when you cook them fresh. So this is one way that I do it. And, I'll show you guys. I'll go live on one of these things. I always cook like steaks and stuff like that so you guys can see them. But I'll start doing like maybe some chicken breasts and some steaks. My doc told me 300 is normal range for testosterone. Told me just to keep working out. Rotten Rob, that is so untrue. So, well, I guess it is true and untrue. Let's talk about that, right? It's not optimal. It might be true as a normal range, 100%. So when you start looking at testosterone ranges, and you should look at two different tests that are one test: free testosterone and total testosterone. Now, if different labs have different reference ranges. And what do I mean by that? So they might have different numbers to the side of what's normal, right? A normal reference range. But let's talk about like LabCorp. So LabCorp is 264 to 916. So if anybody between the ages of 18 and 59 years old or 60 years old come at 265, they are normal, right? They are normal compared to a doctor in the reference range, even though 916 is the high, right? And that's normal. Anything in between there, and it's such a big range. But the problem is that people that get down to a 264 or 265, or let's say 300, like Rob's talking about, is you might be symptomatic. So you might be symptomatic and have low T symptoms, right? So you might be tired, lethargic. You might not be able to put on lean mass. You might be gaining weight and you don't know why. You're just not feeling like yourself. Depression can possibly kick in. You're having problems with libido or erectile issues. This is like something to wave the red flag at and say, listen, yes, my number is 300, which is the normal range, but I'm not like feeling like myself. I'm not performing like I should be, and I'm not feeling good. My quality of life is not where it should be either. So that's where literally you want to optimize that level. I mean, everybody should want to be about a 900. I would say, because that's still normal. You're not going super physiological on those numbers. You're not going over the range. You're not getting crazy. You're with the normal range. But we know this too. Every year, that number is going to decline, okay? And Rob, here's another thing. Whenever you took that test, if you took it, let's say in the morning, testosterone levels are going to be the highest point usually in the morning, okay? So if you go in the morning, like 7 or 8 o'clock, you're going to get probably the best level of testosterone that you had. As the day goes on, those levels start declining. So when you get home at 6 or 7 o'clock at night, or you want to go train, you feel like, I'm dead. I can't do this. I don't have no energy. I need to go home and go rest. You go home, and let's say you have a wife or you have a girlfriend and you got kids. You want to spend some time with them, right? You want some quality time. They want some quality time. You've been working all day. You want to, de-stress. But some people, they just they don't have the energy. They don't have the oomph. And they go sit on the couch and they pass out. And then the wife or the girlfriend's like, well, why is he doing this? What's going on? Why does he want to, have some special time with me? And then the kids, right? Like, hey, I want to play with daddy. And like, daddy's tired, daddy's got to work, and it is what it is. And then kids go to sleep, and you're not spending quality time with them either. And so at that point, you want to make sure that you're optimizing these levels. And if it's that low and you're having these symptoms, you need to find something that's going to help you out for sure, 100%. Now, the other flip side of this, we talked about total testosterone just now, free testosterone. So total testosterone is what's in your reservoir. That's what you're holding complete, right? And then free testosterone is what you're utilizing through the body, right? It's circulating throughout the system, and that's what you're really putting into play. So if that number's low, and let's say your total's high, then you're still going to have low testosterone symptoms, right? Because you're not utilizing the testosterone you have, and you feel like you have none. And that's where really you can dial that into as well. And there are medications and therapies out there that can boost free testosterone. So you can really dial yourself in so everything is working proper, optimal, and you're having the best possible quality of life. Okay? And I love eggs. Eggs are super inexpensive, right? Sometimes I eat the whole shell. Oh, wow. I've never ate the whole shell. That's got to be crunchy. For sure, but that's Arnold style. So they are a great source of protein. At that point, I would definitely eat the egg whites and maybe eat one of the yolks, maybe two of the yolks at most. Definitely helps with meal preps for sure, 100%. Dale, what's going on? Frago, what's going on? Solo, what's up? How you doing? Elon, Sharky, Rodzilla, what's going on out there? Kim Fit Ass Haynes in the house. How you doing, sweetie? Joe, what's going on? Tyson, what's going on? Cindy, Carmelo, what's going on? All right, so Rodzilla said, what's the best testosterone over the counter that's as good as the doctor's injections? There's nothing. So Rodzilla's asking about testosterone boosters, right? There's a lot of different companies that pump testosterone boosters out there. And they have, if you look on the back, right, you look at the ingredients on back, and it has like DHEA in it. It has some of these different things that supposedly boost testosterone levels. And they always have their proprietary blend, okay? And that's Testofen or all these different things out there that are supposed to be their secret sauce to helping boost your testosterone. None of them work. I haven't found one test booster over the counter that works. And definitely there's nothing out there that's going to be like injections. So the best possible way, if you have low testosterone or it's on the bottom end of the scale, you're going to want to get it prescribed. And at that point, you can choose a transportation rate, whether it's a cream, a gel, an oral sublingual, or injections, okay? I wouldn't recommend pellets. They're really, really horrible as far as that goes. But at that point, these are going to be your best options, all right? Does peptides help with low testosterone levels? So no. So peptides really don't deal with testosterone levels. There's nothing out there from a peptide side of things that are going to raise testosterone levels. You're really going to want to do that with testosterone if you need it, right? If your levels are naturally 900, you're not going to want to do testosterone, all right? I don't care what you're trying to, if you want to get big or whatever it is, don't do it. Ride out the genetics and what you're doing. You can take some other things that will hopefully put some more size on you, some more mass, like MK677. So MK677, right, is a great one. Butamortin. It's a great one as far as, helping increase the hunger, helping put on size, helping with sleep patterns, helping raising IGF-1 levels, which is going to help with recovery and put on lean tissue and weight loss too. So that's going to be another good one to take. But that would be a good one if you want to, bump up the mass, put lean quality tissue on yourself. That's going to be a good one. But as far as low testosterone, there's no substitutes out there, guys. Even SARMs, right? SARMs get brought up to me every day almost. And SARMs aren't a good option. SARMs are select androgen receptor modulators. And at that point, they attach to the receptor, the androgen receptor, and they're supposed to boost testosterone levels. Well, at that point, we see it boost a little bit, but not where it should. And then you have all the other negative side effects that go along with it. And SARMs were supposed to be something that you could take, and it wasn't going to disrupt your natural function or testosterone levels, your natural levels. And it does. It literally shuts people down. Every time we see it in blood tests from people, it always shuts down their levels. And you're talking about toxicity to the liver. Most of SARMs are oral, and they're putting damage on the liver and possibly the kidneys. So at that point, you really want to make sure you're looking at that. But Rambito, if you're going to look at something for testosterone, look at your levels. And then at that point, if they're low or need to be optimized, that's when really you should make that decision. Listen, is testosterone going to be the way I should go, right? Is it going to make a big change in my life? Quality of life, right? Not to get big or jacked, but quality of life day in and day out, okay? All right. Alex, what's going on? MK677, definitely 2715. All right. Does peptides have any side effects? So usually peptides don't have any side effects. Peptides are precursors to things in our body. And all peptides are a sequence of amino acids. And different sequences produce different results, okay? So like BPC157 or TB500, these are healing peptides. You're really not going to see any negative side effects from these things. Now, like AOD9604, it's a weight loss peptide. It's the sequence, it's 176 amino acid sequence of growth hormone. It's just that sequence of it. So you're getting all the benefits of the weight loss portion, per se, of what growth hormone would do for you, but you're not getting any of the negative side effects like anemia, sugar levels, or any of these other things. So these are things to look at. So peptides are really, really good options out there in whatever you're trying to achieve in those different categories. They work really well as far as getting a result, and they're pretty safe, okay? All right, let me see what's going on here. All right. No.
On Facebook saying what's up.
What up, Dan Wheeler, my man? I've been seeing him. He's been putting that work in. We're going to cover that with the 60-day Titan Transformation Challenge, which Dan is a part of, and some of our other people on here, like Power Belly. So if your T is low, just hit up Titan and they will help you out. They won't fight you or make excuses why they won't help you. If you want awesome quality of life, hit them up. Thank you, Power Belly. I appreciate that. And he's in the 60-day Titan Transformation Challenge as well as Big Irishman, Dan Wheeler, Jessica Azarello, and more. Really proud of all you guys. Been checking all your work in and been really proud. Solo DZ, are probiotics or prebiotics build muscle. So I don't know about building muscle with probiotics or prebiotics. Those are really good for the stomach as far as your immune function, digestion, like all these different things. That's really what those work for. They're not going to be really good to help build muscle. Okay? If you really want to look at what builds muscle, talk about amino acids. So amino acids are building blocks of protein. So amino acids are a great way to help build lean quality muscle too as well. But you got to have the activity or the physical work you're putting in there. And then that's what comes with recovery, like a glutamine or your branched chain amino acids and stuff like that, which are really going to help you. Okay? So no, probiotics do not help build muscle. All right, Phil Irishman, what's going on? I hope you keep up the good work. I appreciate it, Noah. Thank you, man. All right, so the next thing we want to talk about. Metro Atlanta County offering kids $100 to get a COVID vaccine injection. What are we talking about here? They're talking about kids 5 and up to get these injections, and they're going to give them a $100 gift card. They're incentivizing these kids to get vaccines. And of course, every kid wants to get the $100, right? They're like, Mommy, I want the $100. I want the $100. So they're expecting these lines to be out the door with people, and a lot of people want to get them just for the $100. And that sucks that we're incentivizing getting a vaccine. They don't incentivizing getting a polio vaccine for schools or anything like that, right? They just go get the vaccine and that's it. They have to show it to the school and that's it. So incentivizing $100, it just makes you question this even more and more. How far are they really going to reach and push this? It's getting really, really crazy when we start seeing things like this that are going directly after kids to incentivizing them with money to get a vaccination. And this could be their first shot, their second shot, or booster shot. So at that point, this is really, really crazy. I can't agree with something like this. And I don't disagree with the vaccination, right? If people want to get vaccinated, they think it's going to help them, they're immunocompromised, all these different things out there. It should be the person's decision about what they want to do with their own body, right? They're not just going to make you, put stuff in your body that you don't want. Well, at this point, they're really trying to put it out there so you are, which I cannot agree with. Kavanaugh Cutler, what's going on? What's going on? Sad Salamati, what's going on? Sorry about that if I messed that up. I've never been bribed or threatened for something good for me. This is true, right? You've never been bribed to get anything that's going to be good for you, right? They're not bribed. Like, why don't we bribe people to eat healthy, right? If you can eat healthy, or gyms, could you imagine this? And gyms would hate this, trust me, guys. Gyms bet. They bet on this, so you guys know this. Gyms bet on people signing up and not showing up. They can oversell on memberships because they know people are not going to all show up, okay? So they bet on this. Could you imagine incentivizing your members $100 if they came 26 days out of 30 or 30 days out of 30? If they did that, incentivize people to work out, you'd probably get a lot more people in the gym because you're incentivizing with the money. Or to even eat healthy. God, if I could find a restaurant that was real, real healthy and they could incentivize people to eat 5 meals a week from them or 7 meals a week, one every day from this company, and incentivize them to do that, that would be awesome. We should be incentivizing these things for people to really start changing their lifestyle so it's a healthy lifestyle. We know most of healthy people that do get COVID usually get over it, right? Now, obviously, there's some exceptions out there for people that have gotten sick and have died, right? There's been professional athletes that have died, soccer players that just collapsed and died. So at that point, really want to look at that. But, it's all about really getting into a healthy lifestyle and really creating the healthy habits. A lot of people, especially if you're my age or you're 40 years old, you've been on this planet for 40 years, you've been an adult for 22 years of that time. And at that point, you've gotten to your habits, okay? And the myth of the phrase, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, you can teach an old dog new tricks. You're just going to have to work extra hard, right? Because a brand new puppy is going to be moldable, where an older dog is going to be in its old ways and it's not going to want to change. Nobody likes change. Or a lot of people. I would say 90% of people do not like change in any way, shape, or form, whether it's in their job, their lifestyle, their relationship. If everything is going good, they usually don't want to change things. And even if things are going bad, they're so used and comfortable to these things that they don't want to change these things. And that's the problem. And that's really where you got to start working. You got to start identifying the problem, right? Get out of denial, identify the issue, and then attack the issue with a solution of what you're going to do. And that'll really set you guys up. And if you have to, write it down, right? Put it somewhere, look at it every day, make it your priority to want to change in whatever you want to do, whether it's make more money or you want to get more muscle or you want to lose a lot of weight or whatever you're trying to accomplish. You got to put it down on paper and look at it. All right. Change is good or bad, right? So change can be bad too as well. You can go from good habits to bad habits, all right? And you can start something and change into a bad habit all the way through. So at that point, you want to make sure you're looking at things. Either way, it's best for growth, for sure. In any situation, Big Irishman's right on that, 100%. I make a ton of money. So yeah, you make a ton of money. That's what I'm saying. It's crazy, right? I don't know. It's just nuts what's going on out there. But guys, make it your point to want to be in a healthy lifestyle and change the things so you can, change the things around you, want accomplishment. Write it, read it, and shout it out loud every day. Damn right. If you should be thankful every day of what you have, no matter if you don't have anything, you got a pot to pee in, right? Be thankful for it because you might not have that. Clothes on your back, your family, your loved ones, if you got them, right? A roof over your head, a meal you're eating, right? You should be thankful for these things. Every day I say what I'm thankful for, everything. From where God has blessed me into this point in the business and the medical center, to my family, to my health, all these different things, people around me. And I always, say, thank you, God, for everything you've given me, and I want to help people around me get better because of that. I believe on, the pay it forward type scenario where, listen, people help you. Don't be selfish in the future. Try to help other people. It doesn't cost money to help other people. People automatically think that, like, I have to give this person money to help them, or I have to pay for their Starbucks because the person in front of me paid for my Starbucks. It doesn't have to be that. It can be different things, guys. So just don't make it all about money. It can be different things. Whether you talk to somebody, maybe you're a listener to somebody that has problems and needs to vent, or people come to you for an opinion or for some sort of help, whether it's, hey, can you teach me how to eat a little bit better? Can you teach me how to train a little bit better? Maybe business a little bit. I've been trying to help, a couple of my friends out, because COVID and all these things, businesses have taken a hit. And they asked me, like, what I think about this, what maybe they should do in some of these situations, scenarios, and then I give my honest opinion. I've literally carved out hours of my day just to talk to people, to try to help them. That doesn't benefit me at all, which is fine. I'm totally fine with that because I know if I help people out, karma's going to help and come back and help me if I need it. That is what it is. B. Miller says, I had my first appointment with you guys next Wednesday. Goal is weight loss. Boom. That's awesome. So let me know how that appointment goes, please. If you're looking for weight loss, guys, one of the big weight loss therapies that I know is going to be a game changer and already has been for a lot of patients is the Aries. The Aries injectable therapy, which is semaglutide. That one's been a game changer for people as far as losing weight and pretty fast. You can also combine that with other therapies like the ECA Stack Plus or AOD. So at that point, these are going to be some great combinations that you can utilize to really get that weight loss going real quick, B. Milner. All right. If you have any questions before that, please let me know. Panayotis, what's going on, man? How you doing out there? I appreciate you guys all joining in. Titan Talk Tuesday. Be kind and don't judge. This is true too. I never judge a book by its cover. With that, I'm going to make some of these different segments because these are really good topics. So I never judge a book by its cover. I've seen people that, they look like they were sleeping on the street, right? And they just didn't care what their outside appearance looked like, and that was fine. And some of these people have been multi-millionaires you would never even recognize, right? Beat down cars, nothing crazy, no jewelry, no nothing. And they've been like that, right? I've seen people that dress to the nines, right? Have all this different stuff, all this like flashy stuff, and they don't got a penny in their pocket, right? It's just really crazy. So I never judge a book by its cover. I always talk to the person, and I don't care what their financial status is or who they are. No matter if it's at an event or whatever it is, or they come up to me or whatever, I'll talk to them in the gym. I don't know who these people are, but I'll talk to them just like a normal person. And I never judge a book by its cover. Even me, when I first started Titan, right? Before that, I was in a corporate environment. So I was always dressed in suits, ties, the whole nine. When I started Titan, always dressed up, as good as I possibly could. It was either polos or I put dress shirts on because I wanted that presentation. Now, I'm not knocking a good presentation. Right? People will judge you out there, even though you're not supposed to judge, and they will judge you by what you look like. If they never met you, first impressions are lasting impressions. So if you do meet somebody for the first time and you know you're going to meet somebody, you really want to impress them, I'd probably dress up. I'm just being honest with you. Now, with me, I was dressing up first couple of years. After the first 3 to 4 years, I pretty much had everything in place, what I was doing. And, this is what I was going to dress like, right? Because my workout schedule got all disrupted. I didn't know when I was going to work out, so I had to be prepared and ready. Plus, I wanted to be comfortable. When I'm in the office or around here, I still lift up boxes or help out wherever I need to do. And, I don't want to mess up my nice dress clothes or scratch my belt or my shoes or whatever it is. So I'll dress like this because I don't know what I'm going to do that day, most likely. I started dressing like this, and I'd go into banks, or I'd go look at different properties or whatever it is. And people like, who are you? Right? I'm well, I'm John. I'm the owner of Titan. I'm here to meet with such and such. So it kind of put them back a little bit, and they would judge me, right? They would judge me oh, you're just some gym trainer guy. And I get that a lot. Hey, is Titan a gym? Or wherever I'm at, you're a trainer, huh? I'm no. I'm it's Titan Medical Center. We're a medical center. We're not we're not a gym. And, I might be in shape, but I'm not a trainer. Okay. But it is what it is. And people will judge that. People look at it and they assimilate these different things with that. So don't judge a book by its cover, but listen, if you got to put on a good presentation, make sure you dress up for it. All right. All right. Oh yeah. I got those looks all the time, big boss. I'm sure you do, man. It is what it is, right? You can't, obviously you can't worry about what people think, because it really doesn't matter what people think about you. It really doesn't. You're the creator of your own destiny. No one's really going to stop you from doing things. And at that point, you just got to be you. And people will either love you or they hate you for it. And it is what it is. Not everybody's going to like you. I've tried that situation where, I try to be nice to everybody out there. I try to give people, the common respect. And it might not come back. Or people that don't even know me just by seeing this video or whatever it may be. Or other ones, they just judge me for who it is or for what it is. And at that point, they really never know me for who I am. That's okay. Balance between dressing and working out, for sure. Definitely got to be a balance. It can be hard, for sure, 100%. And like I said, I don't know when or where I'm going to work out, so at that point, I'm always prepared. Hanny, what's going on? Gil R, what's going on? How you doing out there? I love the injection for I took my first injection the other day. So did you take the Aries? Is that what it was, Rotten Rob? Let me know, man. All right. Gabriel in the house, what's going on? Emma Harsa, Sugar Skull, what's going on? How you doing? All right. So the 60-day Titan Transformation Challenge. So if you guys don't know what that is, that's a challenge that's going on right now. It started in January and it's going to March. So we're getting there pretty quick. Now, we've got some great people in this contest that are on this thread right now, like Rotten Rob. We've got Power Belly, Irishman's in here. But they're doing a fantastic job. And they're motivating more people than you guys would even realize. I've been getting some DMs about you guys like that. And people ask me how to get in the contest because they see you guys. So you're getting people more motivated. I'm proud of all you guys. I've been checking up on you guys' posts and stuff like that. Some of you guys have been losing some weight. Some of you haven't. Dude, that's fine. The clothes are fitting different, though. I read that on one of them. So that was really, really good. And that's a real true test. The scale might not change, right? But if you put on your clothes and that shirt was too tight before and now it's fitting looser, or your pants have came in and now you might need a belt where you didn't need a belt and you're almost about to burst out of them, dude, you guys are progressing in the right way. At that point, it's going to be awesome. At the end of this contest, I've got a surprise for all you guys. So I just want you guys to keep working hard. I promise it's going to be worth it in the end. 100% for everyone that's in that contest. It's going to be worth it to you guys. And I'm going to help you guys after this contest, motivate you guys even more to keep on and being consistent what you're doing. And if you stick with the 60-day Titan Transformation Challenge, you're probably going to create that habit anyway. And you're going to get in that routine, and you're going to probably stay in that routine unless something happens, right? But you guys will be more inept to do it, I promise. Manny shot him. What's going on? Titan in the house, my dude. 3 weeks left, Titan family. That's it, man. It's not much longer. My clothes are looking baggy, Rotten Rob said. This is awesome. I know, Power Belly into a double XL again, man. That was one of the ones I was reading. It was just, it's awesome to see this, guys. And you guys are all moving in the right direction. I'm really, really proud of all you guys. So it's going to be awesome at the end of this. I really appreciate it. So this is not going to be the last challenge. This was the first challenge we did. But at that point, we're going to move to another challenge here, probably in the middle of the year, right? Probably in June or something like that. We'll do like maybe a summer one to get you guys in summer shape, or maybe right beforehand. I don't know. We'll figure it out, but I promise you guys, and we're going to make the price even better next time. This one was for free 6 months of HRT, or any therapies for free for 6 months, up to $375 in value. So at that point, it could be pretty much any of the other different therapies that we offer out there. So if you can't get hormone replacement therapy, we can offer the other ones for you guys, or clothing, or whatever it is, man. That's awesome. Big Irish says, I'm heading to 3XL, baby. That's awesome. Yeah, Kavanaugh. It's a really, really good one. And this has been a great motivator for people. I've been wanting to do this challenge for a long time, for at least a year and a half or 2 years. And finally, it was just like, you know what, we're going to put this thing in play. Wrote up all the rules real quick. Art put it up on the website, so we had that web page up there so you guys could see all the contest rules and put it into play, man. So it was really, really awesome. So I'm excited to see who wins it, but I'm excited for all you guys because all you guys are going to be winners for sure, 100%. All right, so the newsletter poll, right? Kavanaugh, you're looking for HRT, so we can help out with that. We service everywhere in the country except for Ohio and Idaho right now. Blood work, we have the most inexpensive lab panels in the country, guys. We beat everybody out, full panels and for single testing too as well. So, and don't let people fool you when they say full panels. Look at the actual labs that you're going to get in their full panel, because a lot of people have been throwing that around too, and I don't like that. They're trying to be shady about it, which is not cool. So, Titan Weekly Newsletter Poll. What therapies are you using to step up your game for Valentine's Day? 21% said Superman's, 17% said Wonder Woman's, 21% said Iron Man's, 15% said Cupid's Candy, 13% said all of them, and 10% said nothing at all. Wow. We got a lot of people that use these things, huh? More than you guys would think. And the funny thing is, guys and girls, we can help with libido enhancement. So it's just really cool to see this out here. And you might not need help with libido enhancement, right? But this will just take your game up to a new level. That's all I can say about it, right? You don't have to use it all the time. And if you use it one time, you don't have to use it every time. You can use it for special occasions, right? Or, some people guys like to go out and drink a little bit, okay? And at that point, they might be worried because their erections might not be as good when they drink. This is something that you can use with that and, not have to worry about it. Some things with guys, right? And I'm sure all you guys have been there. I think I've been there once in my life too. I haven't been there in like 14 years, but I've been there once in my life where you go out on a date with this hot girl or whatever it is. You guys have this awesome night and it might be your first time performing and you're just you can perform. That's not a problem, but you're kind of nervous, right? You're kind of nervous about these things and you want to knock it out of the park because first impressions are lasting impressions, right? So at this point, that's where you can utilize this. You can utilize it and make sure like, hey, listen, that first impression, oh my God, you're so good. Oh my God. Don't want to follow it up with a bad impression the next time. But, at that point, you can really knock it out of the park. And like I said, you can use it for anniversaries. You can use these things together, which is really, really cool. And that's a buying experience in itself. You guys are going through this and using these things together. That's an experience and really cool. Rochelle Joyce, what's going on? Yanni, what's up? Paniotis, can this be used for Finasteride side effects? Absolutely. So it's a good question too. So Finasteride, brand name Propecia. Finasteride is used very, very commonly, and this is for hair loss. It's FDA approved for hair loss. It's, hopefully helping you, grow back some of the hair that you had. But this is a male castration drug, straight up, guys. Now, side effects, and they've done studies with this, whether it's 1 milligram to 5 milligrams. It can have a negative side effect of libido, killing it all the way through and through. Now, with me, I'll give myself and use an example. I took Finasteride for like 5 months, okay? Just to see how it was going to affect me. Obviously, I wanted thicker hair and all whole nine, wanted to be preventative about things. So I started taking it. Now, I'm on testosterone replacement therapy as well, okay? Because there's a lot of guys out there that are on testosterone replacement therapy that are on Finasteride, Propecia, whatever you want to call it. So at that point, they start taking it. Now, what Finasteride does is Finasteride lowers DHT. That's the hydrotestosterone. And DHT directly correlates with free testosterone levels, okay? So usually when you lower DHT, free testosterone literally lowers, SHBG might raise, and you're having low libido effects, right? The way it's a male castration drug and the way that it affected me was this. Me and Charisse are pretty active almost every day, okay, in the bedroom. So that's a good thing. 14 years, still active every day. It's awesome, thank God, right? So I was on testosterone replacement therapy and I started taking this. And the doctors were like, listen, since you're on testosterone replacement therapy, nothing should be affected. Free testosterone should be up. Total testosterone should be good. DHT might lower a little bit because mine was out of range. It was really high. So I'm like, okay. So I started taking it. And at that point, I started taking it, and I didn't notice anything at first. But then, like maybe 2 or 3 months into it, that is when the problem happened. Where I started noticing, or I didn't notice it, but I didn't start noticing, I guess, like me and Charisse were not being active every day. It was like every other day then, right? And then like Charisse would like walk around like the things that turn me on the most, and that wouldn't even get me like thinking about it, right? I wouldn't even think about like I'm not having sex or my libido is gone or whatever it is. It just totally was just erased from my mind. So at that point, that would kill libido, and it does for a certain amount of guys out there, and it can cause the erectile dysfunction issue too as well. So yes, you can take Superman's, and at least you're going to have the erection, you're going to have the libido enhancement. You can take PT-141 too, which will increase the nervous system enhancement too, and these will all get you past that negative side effect. So if you want to take Propecia or Finasteride and you don't want the negative effects, that's a way that you could do it and get around it. I appreciate Power Bill. You have a good one, man. So at that point, you can use this. Now, if you're using Finasteride, we have a foam that has Finasteride, minoxidil, and lantropost in it. These 3 things are awesome as far as helping you regrow hair, stop the shedding of hair, and make the hair thicker. And it's topical, so it doesn't work like the oral form. And it's hitting the follicles directly when you're putting it on. And you probably, most of the patients that we have, that's what we put them on, and they usually don't have the negative side effects from it. So that could be another option for you too, okay? What's going on? Big Red Dance in the house, or Drance, I'm sorry. Strength Performance 22. What about Trimix? Is it good? Okay. So we got 2 minutes, guys. I'll explain this, and then we got to go. All right, so Trimix. We don't really promote Trimix. We do service Trimix or prescribe Trimix. If you guys are like, what is Trimix? So Trimix is 3 different medications, and these 3 medications are injected, and they're injected directly into the penis. This is a guarantee as far as for an erection. Some people out there have cardiovascular issues. They have to be on statins, all these different things, which affect their erections and can't get it. So Viagra doesn't work. Cialis doesn't work. So they're like, what else can we do? This is where Trimix comes into play. And that's really where it's used. It's used by porn stars too as well. You'll get an erection. If you use too much, you won't have an erection that goes down. You don't want an erection that goes more than 4 to 6 hours, or you can permanently damage the capillaries in the penis. So at that point, we really don't promote it. And if you do get it from us, we have you get the antidote. And if you do have an erection that lasts longer than 4 to 6 hours, you can inject the antidote and it goes down. Otherwise, you're going to have to go to the ER and they're going to have to drain the blood directly out of your penis, which I would not recommend. And I've had some people do it and it's not fun. I've had doctors do this because doctors usually have the ego. I know it all. I'm the doctor. I do it. Injected it, had an erection for more than 8 hours, and had to call one of his buddy urologists to come over to drain his penis, which isn't fun. I don't think anybody wants to do that, okay? So that's Trimix, and Trimix is good, but I think there's some different things that you can use instead of Trimix, to get the effect that you want. Yes, I've heard of this, knowing some guys who use it. Sounds intense. It is really intense, for sure, 100%. And I would always go with the Supermans, with the micronized testosterone if you're on hormone replacement therapy. Or we actually have this new one. I better come up with a name. It has sildenafil and tadalafil. So it has the main ingredients of Viagra and Cialis in one combined. And this is like a super, super bedroom enhancer, libido enhancer. So, all right, guys, I got to go. 25 seconds. Thank you guys for all joining in. Titan Talk Tuesday, every Tuesday with me, John, CEO of Titan Medical Center, 6 p.m. Tuesdays. Love you guys. Appreciate all you guys. I'll see you next Tuesday on Titan Talk Tuesday with me, John, CEO.